the second he said "I do" at the wedding. I put his abortion consent forms, the hidden video from inside his car, and the intimate audio recordings, everything involving him and my best friend, up on the big screen. 7 years together. A 3-month engagement. I thought I was walking into a marriage, only to find out my fiancé had already joined forces with the person I trusted most and quietly ended 3 lives. They lied to me, comforted me, used me, and even planned to keep stepping on me after the wedding. So I didn't cry. I didn't make a scene. I played along as the devoted fiancé, helped her play the caring best friend, smiling the whole time, while collecting evidence, until that day, in front of 300 guests, when I pressed play myself. Jason's car was always spotless. He was the type who arranged tissues by brand. I reached into the passenger side glove compartment to look for my lipstick. My fingers touched something hard. A folder. Not ours. We never kept documents in the car. I pulled it out. White cover. Hospital logo. The title was in bold black letters, abortion consent form. I blinked. Looked down. Patient name, Nina Chin. Family member signature, Jason Miller. Date, 3 months ago. A car horn blared outside. I looked up. The light had turned green. The car behind me was honking. I shoved the folder back, started the engine, and drove on. After 2 intersections, I pulled over, took the folder out again, read it word by word, 3 times. Then I looked at the date. 3 months ago. That night, Jason had said he was working late. The all-nighter kind. I'd ordered him takeout. He sent me a photo of an empty container, saying, "Finished my baby's love-filled dinner." I opened my photo gallery and found that picture. Zoomed in. On the edge of the container was a streak of rose-red nail polish. Nina's favorite color. She called it Mainwife Red. I laughed. Out loud. 7 years. I'd been in a relationship for 7 years. Engaged for 3 months. The wedding was set for next month. My fiancé. My best friend. They had signed an abortion consent form together. My phone rang. Jason's name flashed on the screen. I answered. "Baby, where are you?" His voice was sweet as honey. "I just finished my meeting. Waiting to have dinner with you." The background was quiet. Definitely not a conference room. "I'm on my way," I said. "I was just looking for my lipstick." "That one you're always losing?" He laughed. "I'll buy you a new one." "Okay." "Oh, right," he added casually. A little too casually. "Nina came to see me again today. Said she wanted to treat me to dinner." I turned her down. That girl really is something, always can't keep her boundaries straight. I tightened my grip on the steering wheel. He kept going. "You know my heart's only ever had room for you. I don't even look at anyone else." I listened quietly. He was talking too much. Explaining too fast. I hadn't even asked yet, and he was already defending himself. "Jason," I interrupted. "Have you ever loved Nina?" Dead silence on the other end. 3 seconds. "Emily, why would you ask something like that?" His voice trembled slightly. "She's your best friend. The one I love is you. It's always been you." "Is that so?" "Of course, baby. Did you hear some rumor? Did someone say something to you?" I smiled. "No, just asking." I hung up. I photographed the document. Backed it up to the cloud. 3 different accounts. Then I put it back in the glove compartment, exactly where it had been. The car moved again. My tears didn't fall. Strange. I wasn't sad at all. Just cold. Like someone had stuffed ice into my chest. Jason's silence had lasted only 3 seconds. But 3 seconds were enough. Someone truly innocent would freeze. Be confused. Ask. Why would you ask that? Only someone with a guilty conscience denies immediately. Explains immediately. Shifts blame immediately. Nina is nothing but trouble. He raised his voice on the phone. She's always been like this, you know that. Even in college she was always clinging to other people's boyfriends. Didn't she chase your ex back then? Yes, she did. But after I turned my ex down, she gave up after 3 days. She'd said, "I don't pick up what you don't want." Looking back now, that line was interesting. "Emily, trust me." Jason's voice softened. "The only woman I've ever loved in my life is you. 7 years. Don't you know how I've treated you? I did, too well. Good morning and good night every day. Never missed a holiday gift. Phone password was my birthday. Social media completely transparent. All our friends called him the perfect boyfriend. So perfect he felt unreal. Would you betray me? I asked. Direct. Sharp. He sucked in a breath. Of course not. How could you even think that? Did Nina say something to you? Or did you see something? Tell me, I'll confront her. He was panicking. Really panicking. No. I said. Just some pre-wedding anxiety. Don't think too much about it. Baby, I'm driving. I'm hanging up. I ended the call. Tossed my phone onto the passenger seat. In my head, the timeline began to form. Abortion 3 months ago. You need at least 6 weeks to know you're pregnant. So they'd been together at least 4 months. Probably longer. 6 months? A year? In those 7 years, how many late nights? How many guys' nights? How many dead phones were actually with her? I felt like throwing up, but nothing came out. I took a deep breath. Then I made a decision. No confrontation. No tears. No drama. I wouldn't give him any more chances to lie. I wanted evidence. More evidence. The wedding was next month. I had time. Enough time to bury them in the pit they'd dug themselves. My phone started vibrating nonstop. Nina's messages flooded in. Emily, where are you? Jason just called me. He randomly blew up at me. Did you say something to him? Answer your phone. I tapped her voice call. She picked up instantly. Emily. Her voice was sharp, already breaking into tears. What is wrong with you? Jason just called and yelled at me, saying I seduced him. I'm your best friend. How could I do something like that? I said nothing. She kept going. I told you a long time ago, Jason is not a good guy. When you first got together, I told you to think twice. His family background is just average, and he's so pretentious. You insisted on dating him, and now look, he's trying to drive a wedge between us. I thought back to 7 years ago, the first time I introduced Jason to Nina, at a cafe. Nina was wearing a low-cut dress. When she sat down, she leaned forward deliberately. So you're Jason? She smiled sweetly. What do you do for work? What's your annual income? Do you own a place? How much is the mortgage? Jason was visibly uncomfortable. Later he told me, your friend is a little materialistic. I defended her. She's just worried about me. Now I realize, it wasn't concern. It was evaluation. Evaluating whether this man was worth making a move on. Emily, are you listening? Nina's voice snapped me back. I'm listening. I said. I'm telling you, men are all like this. Before they get you, they treat you like a treasure. Afterward, they start acting up. He's deliberately trying to turn us against each other so you won't have anyone backing you up, so he can control you. I laughed. You're right. Exactly. So don't believe him no matter what. I'm your best friend. I'll always be on your side. Oh, right. Have you sent out the wedding invitations yet? I've been looking at bridesmaid dresses. They're kind of expensive, though. But it's your wedding, I'm willing to spend the money for you. Thanks. Don't mention it. We're basically family. After I hung up, I opened my laptop. I logged into an email account I hadn't used in years. It still held chat logs from college. I searched Nina's name, scrolled through message after message. Your boyfriend looked so hot playing basketball today. The necklace he bought you is so pretty. I want one too. You guys fought? Maybe you should just break up. I don't think he's good enough for you. You're too good to him. He won't appreciate it. Every line had been laying the groundwork. 7 years. She had been infiltrating for 7 years. Standing next to me as my best friend. Watching my man, and then reaching out to take him. I closed the laptop. Went to take a shower. As the hot water poured down, I said to myself, the game has begun. 1 a.m. The doorbell rang nonstop. I looked through the peephole. Jason stood outside. Hair messy. Reeking of alcohol. I didn't open the door. He started pounding on it. Emily, open up. I know you're in there. His voice was loud, he'd wake the neighbors. I opened the door. He stumbled in, nearly falling. Why didn't you open the door? His eyes were bloodshot. I waited for you 3 hours. You didn't answer my calls. You didn't reply to my messages. Were you trying to scare me to death? I stepped back. You've been drinking. I did. Because I'm hurting. He grabbed my wrist. Why do you doubt me? Why? 7 years, haven't I been good enough to you? I've given you everything I have, and now you're ignoring me just because of a few things someone else said? I pulled my hand away. I didn't ignore you. You did, he yelled. You've changed. You weren't like this before. Do you even love me anymore? Classic. Turning it around. Shoving the blame onto me. I haven't changed, I said calmly. You were the one who brought up Nina first. I just followed your lead and asked a question. I only told you because I was afraid you'd misunderstand. His eyes filled with tears. I love you so much. How could I possibly do something to betray you? Touch my heart, it beats for you every single time. He grabbed my hand and pressed it to his chest. I pulled away. Jason, calm down. How can I calm down? He collapsed onto the couch, clutching his head and sobbing. I prepared for this wedding for so long. I've dreamed for years of marrying you. Are you really going to destroy everything because of an outsider? He was a great actor. If I hadn't seen that document, I might have softened. I'm not trying to destroy the wedding, I said. He jerked his head up. Really? Really? He lunged toward me, trying to hug me. I sidestepped. But I need to confirm something, I said. You and Nina, there's really nothing between you? Of course not. He immediately pulled out his phone. Look, our chat history, completely professional. I've never even sent her a sticker. He handed me the phone. I took it, scrolled. It was clean, too clean. How could two people who talk regularly have no small talk at all? It had been deleted. I opened his photo recycle bin. Empty. Cloud backup? Password protected. See? I didn't lie, did I? He said urgently. I never had any thoughts about her. She's the one who kept bothering me. I didn't tell you because I was afraid you'd get upset. I nodded, handed the phone back. Then I took out my own phone, opened an audio file, pressed play. It was a recording of his phone call with Nina earlier that afternoon. A friend had helped me get it. In the recording, his voice was gentle, syrupy. Nina, don't panic. I'll handle the baby situation. But we can't provoke Emily right now. The wedding has to go smoothly. After we're married, I'll come clean with her. Don't worry, I love you. Silence. The kind of silence that feels dead. Jason's face went from red to white, then to a sickly green. He stared at my phone like it was a venomous snake. Why you recorded me? His voice shook. I happened to catch it, I said. He exploded. You actually investigated me? You used such disgusting methods? Emily, are you still the pure, kind girl I knew? How did you become like this? I smiled. Pure and kind. Easy to fool, is that what you mean? That's not what I meant. Get out. What? Get out. Now. He froze. Then he started crying, dropped to his knees, clutching my legs. Emily, I was wrong. I really was. I was just confused for a moment. She seduced me. She got me drunk. I only did it because I was drunk. I only love you. Believe me. I looked down at him, the face I had loved for 7 years. At this moment, all I felt was disgust. I'll give you 3 seconds. If you don't leave, I'm calling security. Emily, 3. Don't do this. 2. He released me, stood up, swaying slightly, walked to the door, glancing back at me. There was hate in his eyes. You'll regret this, he said. I closed the door, locked it, leaning against it. I slid to the floor, shaking all over, not from sadness, from excitement, the thrill of the hunt. The next day at noon, my best friend, Xiaoyu, asked to meet me, a corner table in a cafe. She pushed a USB drive across. I got someone to get this, she whispered. Last night Jason and Nina argued in the car. The dashcam caught it. The car owner is a friend of a friend. I took the USB. Have you seen it? I have. Xiaoyu's eyes were conflicted. Emily, maybe you shouldn't. It's disgusting. I need to see. I opened the video on my laptop. The footage shook, but the audio was clear. It was Jason's car. Nina sat in the passenger seat, crying. The third one. Jason, this is the third child I lost for you. When will you finally break up with her? Jason sounded impatient. I said after the wedding. After the wedding? And then what? You want me to be your mistress forever? Can you stop? Right now the most important thing is keeping Emily calm. Do you know how crucial her family's connections are to my career? And me? What am I to you? You're the one I love. But can't you be realistic? Without Emily's family backing me, when would I ever succeed? Just wait. Once I'm on solid ground, I'll marry you. Nina screamed, I can't wait. I'm 30 this year, another abortion, and I may never conceive again. And what do you want me to do? Go tell Emily now? Then what? I lose my job. Can't pay the mortgage. Are you going to support me? Silence. Then Nina whispered, has she figured something out? Yesterday she suddenly asked me those questions. So what if she did? No evidence. As long as you deny it, she can't do anything. She loves me too much. Just soothe her. And it's fine. The video ended. I closed the laptop. Took a sip of coffee. My hands were steady. Xiaoyu looked at me, worried. You okay? I'm fine, I said. What are you going to do? Expose them? Cancel the wedding? I shook my head. The wedding goes on. Xiaoyu's eyes went wide. What? You're still marrying him? No. I smiled. The wedding goes on. But the bride won't be me. The next week, Jason entered redemption mode. Flowers delivered to my office daily. He reported his schedule 3 times a day. Instant replies on WeChat. Calls soft and tender. He played the devoted fiancé. I played the forgiving fiancé. Seamlessly. Baby. Working late today. Will be home later. Love you. Okay. Take care of yourself. Nina came to see me again today. I sent her away. I won't have any contact with her again. Do what you need. All the wedding invitations are sent. I invited all my colleagues and clients. I want the whole world to know I'm marrying the best woman. Thank you. Every message. I screenshot. Every gift. I photographed. The more he gave, the more convincing his act, and the harder he would fall later. Weekend. I went to try on wedding dresses. Jason came with me. He stood in front of the mirror, watching me, eyes glistening. You're so beautiful, he said. The luckiest thing in my life is marrying you. The staff watched enviously. I smiled. You too. After the fitting, he said he wanted to show me the wedding suite. It was fully furnished. He led me into the master bedroom. Look. This wardrobe is all yours. My clothes can go in the spare bedroom. Buy as much as you want. He opened the wardrobe, full of brand new clothes. All my size. Like it? He hugged me from behind. I stiffened for a moment, then relaxed. Yes, I like it. And this. He pulled me to the vanity, opened a drawer full of jewelry. I've been collecting these slowly. Just wanted to surprise you. I picked up a necklace. The tag still on. 5-figure price. You went overboard, I said. For you, it's worth everything. He leaned in to kiss me. I turned my head. Lipstick will smudge. He paused, then laughed. Right. Can't ruin the wedding dress. As we left the suite, he took a call. Back turned. Voice low. But I heard keywords. Nina, don't make a scene. Next week. He hung up and turned to me, smiling brightly. Just work stuff. Let's go. I'll take you for Japanese food. I nodded. In the car, I sent a message to my brother. Bro, bring extra people for the wedding. He replied instantly. Got it. Want me to record? Yes. Everything. Wedding day. 5-star hotel ballroom. 300 guests. I wore the wedding dress. Waiting backstage. Jason greeted guests at the entrance. Beaming. Xiaoyu adjusted my veil. Nervous? She asked. No. You really going through with this? Yes. Brutal. I like it. The MC called us. Is the bride ready? We're about to start. I stood, linked arms with my father. Music played. The doors opened. At the end of the red carpet, Jason stood, suit sharp, eyes full of love. Step by step, I walked toward him. The guests clapped, taking photos. When I reached him, my father handed my hand to Jason. He held it tight, murmured, You look stunning today. The officiant began reading the vows. He asked whether we were willing. Jason said, I do. Loud, firm. Then it was my turn. I said, before I answer, I'd like everyone to watch a video. Jason froze. So did the officiant. I turned and nodded to the control booth. The wedding photos on the big screen suddenly cut away, replaced by dashcam footage. Nina's crying exploded through the hall. 3rd time. Jason, this is the third child I've lost for you. The image shook, but their faces were clear. Jason's voice followed, once I'm established. I'll marry you. Dead silence. Then an uproar. Camera shutters. Gasps. Whispers. Jason's face drained of all color. He shouted at me, "Turn it off! Turn it off!" But the person at the controls was my brother's friend. The video kept playing. Nina screamed, "Has she figured something out?" Jason sneered, "She loves me too much. I'll just sweet talk her." The video ended. The screen went black. Then lit up again. Screenshots. WeChat messages. Bank transfers. Hotel reservations. The abortion consent form. One after another. Page by page. Projected across a 30-foot screen. Like an indictment. Jason turned and tried to run. My brother and his people stopped him. He struggled and yelled, "It's fake. All fake. Emily set me up." I picked up the officiant's microphone. My voice was calm, carrying through the hall. "Jason, are you satisfied with this wedding gift?" The room exploded. Jason's parents rushed forward, trying to drag him away. My parents stepped in front of them. "This gets settled today," my father shouted, overpowering the noise. Jason's company executive stood up, face livid. "Jason, what is the meaning of this?" "Mr. Wang, this is a misunderstanding," Jason panicked. At that moment, the side doors of the ballroom burst open. Nina rushed in. She was wearing a white dress, like mourning clothes. Her face was soaked with tears. "Jason," she screamed, "you said you'd marry me. You said after the wedding you'd come clean with her." Every eye in the room locked onto her. She lunged at Jason. Tell them you love me. I lost 3 children for you. You said you'd take responsibility." Jason shoved her hard. "Are you insane? When did I ever say that? You're the one who kept clinging to me." Nina fell to the floor. She looked up at him in disbelief. You were in my bed last night telling me you loved me." "Shut up," Jason roared. "I don't love you. I never loved you. You're the one who threw yourself at me." Each sentence was a knife, stabbing Nina, and stabbing himself. Guests raised their phones, recording like crazy. Nina scrambled up and rushed toward the screen. "This is all fake. Emily forged everything. She's trying to ruin us." I smiled, picked up the microphone. "Then what about this one?" The screen changed. An ultrasound report. Patient name, Nina Chin. Exam date, 5 months ago. Diagnosis, intrauterine early pregnancy. Family member signature, Jason Miller. Nina froze. She turned to Jason. Jason couldn't meet her eyes. "It's real," Nina whispered. "It's all real. Then what about our baby? You said we'd keep it." "Enough," Jason bellowed. "Get out. I don't ever want to see you again." Nina collapsed to her knees, wailing, like a madwoman. The once proud, polished, always winning Nina, now utterly worthless. I walked to the stage, picked up another microphone. "Dear friends and family, I'm sorry you had to witness this farce." The room quieted. "Today's wedding is cancelled. My engagement to Jason Miller is officially terminated. My friendship with Nina Chin ends here. Thank you all for coming. Lunch has been prepared by the hotel. Please enjoy." I set the microphone down, turned, and walked backstage. Behind me, Jason screamed hoarsely, "Emily, come back! I love you. I really love you." I didn't turn around. Not once. I had just changed out of my wedding dress. Jason burst into the backstage dressing room. He shoved past the security guards and threw himself in front of me, dropped to his knees. "Emily, I was wrong," he cried, tears streaming down his face. "I was really wrong. Nina seduced me. She drugged me. I was drunk when it happened." I looked at him quietly. "The first time. You can blame alcohol. What about the second and third? What about the signature on the abortion consent forms? Did she force you to sign those too?" He choked, then kept crying. "I was pressured. She said if I didn't sign, she'd go tell you everything. I was afraid of losing you. So you slept with her, got her pregnant, and had her abort the baby, all to protect me?" I asked. He nodded hard. "Yes, exactly. Everything I did was for you." I smiled, walked up to him, looked down at him. "Jason, what do you love about me?" He froze. "I love everything about you. Be specific." "You're kind. You're gentle. You, and what else? Your family background is good. Your parents can help me. He realized what he'd said. Clamped a hand over his mouth. Too late. I nodded. So you finally told the truth. He panicked. No, that's not what I meant. I love you as a person, nothing else matters. I raised my hand and slapped him. A sharp, ringing sound. He was stunned, holding his face, staring at me. This slap, I said, is for the woman who loved you sincerely every single day for 7 years. Before he could react, I slapped him again. Backhanded, across the other cheek. And this one is for the 3 children who were never born. He collapsed onto the floor. The dressing room door was pushed open. Nina stormed in. She saw the slap marks on Jason's face and screamed, lunging at me. How dare you hit him? I stepped aside. She missed, fell to the floor. Jason saw her and suddenly exploded. This is all your fault. You bitch. You've ruined everything. He charged at her and kicked her. Nina screamed in pain. Security rushed in, pulling them apart. Amid the chaos, I watched them, the 2 people I had once trusted most, now like rabid dogs, tearing at each other. I grabbed my bag, walked out of the dressing room. Outside, my brother was waiting. Let's go, he said. I nodded. One last glance back. Jason, restrained by security, was still shouting my name. Nina was on the ground, crying. A wedding photo hung on the wall. The bride smiled, radiantly happy. It was taken yesterday. The happiness was an act. Today, the performance was over. The wedding scandal hit local trending news. Though quickly taken down, it had already spread. Monday, I went to work. As soon as I got to the building, a crowd had gathered. Nina knelt at the company entrance, hair disheveled, her face bruised from Jason's kick that day. In front of her was a white cloth. Written in red letters, Emily Chen stole my man, forced me to abort, and abused me. Onlookers held up their phones to record. Seeing me, Nina immediately lunged. Emily, please, give Jason back to me, she cried. I love him. I'll die without him. I stepped back. Security blocked her. She knelt, banging her head on the ground. I was wrong. I shouldn't have been with him. But the children were innocent. Why did you force me to abort? The crowd murmured. So she's the other woman, the mistress dares to make a scene? From the looks of it, it's not fake. Nina continued crying and pleading. I've been with Jason for 3 years. She came later. She used her family's influence to force Jason to marry her. He doesn't love her at all. I watched her quietly, waited until she finished. Then I took out my phone, played a recording. A voice message Nina sent me a week before the wedding. Her voice clear from the speaker. Emily, Jason was at my place last night. He said you're like a wooden board. No fun at all. He said after the wedding he'd divorce you and marry me. I advise you to step aside while you can. Save some face. The room went silent. The recording continued. Oh, and that bag your mom gave me last time? I sold it. You're not short on money anyway. Consider it a compensation for my wasted youth. The playback ended. I looked at Nina. Anything else you want to say? Her face went from pale to green. Her lips trembled. That was, you faked it, I smiled. And what about this one? I played another video. It was the backstage footage from the wedding day, just before she stormed in, talking to a friend by the side door, caught on surveillance. She smirked coldly in the video. I'll cause a scene soon. I'll make everyone know Jason loves me. That bitch Emily, today she will be utterly humiliated. The crowd erupted. Disgusting. She dares to act like the mistress and stir trouble? Call the cops. Arrest her. Nina panicked. Tried to run. Security held her. At that moment, a car screeched to a stop on the road. Jason jumped out. He rushed at Nina, yanking her by the hair. How dare you cause trouble here? I'll kill you. Slaps, punches, kicks. Nina screamed. Bystanders screamed. Someone called the police. I stood on the steps, watching coldly, until the police arrived and took them away. I turned and entered the company building, swiped my card. The elevator doors closed. In the mirrored reflection, my face was calm, even a little amused. Dog eats dog. Quite the spectacle. Jason was detained for 5 days for public assault. The company fired him for damaging the company's image. Nina was diagnosed with a mild concussion and hospitalized. No one visited her. Her parents came from out of town, saw the online videos and comments, slapped her on the spot, and left, saying, "We can't let you bring shame on the family." I went to work as usual, lived my life as usual. Friends asked if I'd pursue legal action. I said no. Why? They treated you so badly, Xiaoyu asked, puzzled. Law can't punish the heart, I said. Besides, they've already punished themselves. Indeed, Jason lost his job, his reputation, all his social connections. His parents, ashamed, moved to another city. He tried to reconcile, waiting outside my building every day. I called the police. He fled. Later, I heard he went to another city, working in low-level sales. The once elite had fallen so far. Nina suffered more. During her hospitalization, not a single former friend visited. After being discharged, she couldn't find work. During background checks, the wedding scandal video resurfaced. No company would hire her. She moved out of her upscale apartment, rented a basement. Someone spotted her shopping without makeup, looking 10 years older. I watched all this. Felt nothing. No hatred. No pity. Like watching a stranger's story. 3 months later, I got promoted. From department manager to director. At the celebration dinner, a colleague raised a toast. Emily, unlucky in love, but winning at work. I smiled. Said nothing. I never thought I'd been unlucky in love. That was never love. It was a battlefield, and I won. I cancelled the lease on the apartment I shared with Jason. The landlady grabbed my hand. Girl, I wanted to tell you long ago. That man isn't worth you. I saw him bring other women home many times but didn't say anything, didn't want to upset you. I patted her hand. It's all in the past. I moved back to my parents' house. Temporarily. My mom cooked for me in all sorts of ways. My dad secretly slipped me money. Go buy what you like. Don't skimp, he said. I laughed. Dad, I have money. That doesn't matter. This is from me. As your dad. I accepted it. Felt warm inside. I started clearing out old things. Everything Jason had given me, donated. Photos, deleted. Chat records, cleared. Even the playlists he liked, unfollowed. Bit by bit, I erased every trace of him from my life. Then, I got a new car. The old one, he had chosen it. Now, I picked one I liked. Red. Bold. Driving it felt like flying with the wind. I changed my hairstyle too. Chopped it short. Dyed it chestnut. Looking in the mirror, I barely recognized myself. But I liked it. A brand new me. Xiaoyu said. You look reborn. I said. Not reborn. I'm finally just being myself. At the office break room, I overheard colleagues talking. Emily is ruthless. Dropping that bomb at the wedding, she completely destroyed the reputations of that scumbag and his mistress. But don't you think she's brilliant? No tears. No drama, just a clean knockout. If it were me, I'd have fallen apart on the spot. Well, you're not her. Women like that are destined for great things. I walked in holding my coffee. They immediately went silent. Awkward smiles. I smiled too. What were you talking about? And nothing. I made my coffee and left. As I walked out, I heard them whisper, such strong presence, yeah, completely unlike someone who's just been betrayed. Maybe she never even loved him. I paused, then kept walking. No, I had loved, deeply. 7 years were real, but because I had loved, I could see clearly when I was betrayed. Love isn't an excuse for blindness. Love is a mirror. It shows both the good and the bad in a person. Then you decide, stay or leave. 6 months later, a text from an unknown number. Emily, it's Jason. I know I have no right to contact you, but I truly regret everything. I think about you every day. Can you give me another chance? I glanced at it. Deleted. Blocked. The next day, another number. I'm Nina. I know you hate me. I hate myself too. I destroyed our friendship and my own life. Can you forgive me? Even just meet once? Deleted. Blocked. Xiaoyu asked. You don't feel even a little soft? I said. They're apologizing not because they realize they were wrong, but because they're now living poorly. If they were thriving today, they wouldn't think of me at all. True. So their apologies mean nothing. I didn't need their apologies. I didn't need their regrets. I needed them gone from my life. Forever. As if they had never existed. A year later, I bought my own apartment. Small, but cozy. Decorated entirely to my taste. No compromises. No what a man would like. Only what I liked. On moving day, Xiaoyu helped. She looked around the empty living room and said, "Finally, this place belongs only to you." I nodded. Stood on the balcony, looking at the night view. This city, I once thought I would share my future with a man here. Now, the future belonged to me alone. Better, freer. Xiaoyu asked, "Do you still believe in love?" I thought for a moment. Yes, but love isn't everything. It should be icing on the cake, not the lifeline. And marriage? If you meet the right person, sure. If not, being single is fine too. Aren't you afraid of being alone forever? I laughed. Better to be free and happy alone than tortured with the wrong person. She gave me a thumbs up. Transparent thinking. That night, I sat on the carpet in my new home, drank a little wine, slightly tipsy, scrolled through photos from the past year, travel, work, parties, learning. In every picture, I was smiling, truly smiling, not performing for anyone. 7 years of love, like a long dream. The dream ended, and I lost nothing. Instead, I saw clearly, saw human nature, saw love. Most importantly, saw myself. I knew what I wanted, and what I didn't. That was enough. My phone vibrated. A message from Mom. "Are you comfortable in your new home? Want me to come stay for a few days?" I replied, "I'm fine. You don't need to come. I'm good." She sent a hug emoji. I looked at it and smiled. Turned off my phone. Walked to the window. The night sky was dotted with stars. Bright, like my future. Finally, my life was mine to live. Finally, I lived only for myself. And that was the ultimate satisfaction.